Sky.
That's what that cradle is. Right then guys and girls, first things first, we've got to pick a swim. Last Sunday, it's down the bottom end of the lake. Quite fancy this end of the lake this time, so we're going to have a quick thrash around with the deeper and see what we can find. Now I know a lot of you folks will think that deeper in might be cheating, fish finding and whatnot. This is going to save me a lot of time. You know, you could spend years marker floating and leading around to find out what's what. 10 minutes with this and I've got the whole lake covered. I can study it at my leisure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a screen record going off on the phone. Screen record. Right, so it's currently in the water. It's been there for a few minutes ticking away. So what I'll do now is sync the videos together and then we'll start casting and have a look what we can see, and as we see it on the screen I'll try to describe it. There we go, sync them together, makes it easier in the edit. Right, have a few casts, hopefully on camera we're not going to frap up, snap off or anything daft like that. That'll do for now. Not bad casting. Right, so it's in the water. I'm going to just bend this down a little bit. I don't know whether you can see me or not, folks. That's why we've got 3 cameras on the go. At least one way we're going to catch it. So what you can see at the moment, folks, on the screen of the deeper, it's quite a hard return off the bottom. The very solid colour. So out there, that's telling me that is very, very hard. Maybe gravel or something like that. As we start to retrieve it back in, it should pick up differences in contours, weed, obstructions, that sort of stuff. I'm just coming into a little bit of weed now, look, and we're at 7.5 foot deep. Tiny little bit of weed. It's very clear out there and devoid of fish life. Ah, right, okay, so those yellow things coming into screen now, they're probably bait fish, and what the deeper does is pick up the swim bladders of the fish. So lots of little dots, all like that one there, look, lots of little, yeah, you see that climb up of the yellow on the screen? Bait fish. And what we're looking for is obviously big clouds of them, because that's where the pike are going to be. And then underneath them, a good solid arch. So you can see another little climb of bait fish there, and some more. But still no big predator in the area on that line. Right, we spoke about clock face, so I've just cast out on that sort of angle there. I'm going to come 5 degrees over and cast again. Right, maybe that was a little bit more than 5 degrees, but it gives you an interactive map that you can fill in, and any spots that you miss you can always go back and fill them in, and then you get to study it at your leisure at home. So again, a little bit further to the left on, there we go, look at that nice big cloud of bait fish. And we can tell that's not a single fish, because a single fish appears like an arch in the water. Okay, and that's the fish's swim bladder. And there's more bait fish in about 8 foot of water. And again, it's still a nice hard bottom out there with very little weed. It'll be good for presenting a dead bait just sat on the bottom. Coming up a little bit there, that's where it starts to climb up to the shelf and up to the bank. It's still 6 foot deep, about a rod length out in front of me, folks. There's no reason a big pike can't be trolling around there. We won't miss that later today. Another 5 degrees or so over. And we're in 8 foot of water there, so it's getting progressively deeper as it comes from my right, moving across to the left. And that could be, it's almost centre of the lake, so that could be just the bit where it was dug out the most. You know? Still quite a solid bottom. Oh, and there's cut that for a cloud. Look, that's a lovely cloud of bait fish, folks. It's a great example. And there you go, you see it's that symbol that's picked up there, that will be a pike in amongst those bait fish, or a big perch in amongst those bait fish. Look how it's smashing them apart, look. Right, and there's some more there. That's lovely, look at that. And there's another one there. This is the spot, folks. This is a good spot to start. So I think that's straight out in front, that's lovely. And a couple more casts around to the left to make sure we've got a decent picture of what's going off. But so far everything seems to be happening right out in front. Now further to the left. And again, 9 foot of water there. So yeah, progressively deeper. And there we are again, look, there's more bait fish. Now, I used to fish this complex back in the early 90s. This is where I learnt to carp fish. This and some more of the lakes on their book. But this particular lake, what's called Pond 5 now, when I was a member back then, it was a trout fishery. Oh wow, look at that. Look at that, folks, on the screen there. That is awesome. That's a massive cloud of bait fish. And there's fishing amongst them, just smashing them up, look. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, the more I cast round to the left here, the more I find those bait fish, and the more I find the pike sat amongst them. I won't be surprised if they haven't got them sort of shoaled up down this bottom end. Now it's not as deep as it is the other end. When we deep at the other end was registering 11, 12 foot, 10 foot sort of average, with 11 and 12 foot bits in it. That's it, one more out there. So this is the shallow end, and like I say, the temperature's considerably higher today. Oh, come on. Now it's playing up. This is the trouble with technology, isn't it? When it don't work, it don't work. Connect. Let's go back to... bring it a bit closer, see if we can pick the signal back up again. That's better. It does go a lot further than this. For some reason, the cold seems to affect it quite a bit. Any of you others have got deepers, this is the chirp, and you're having the same problem in the winter, drop us a comment at the bottom so I'm not thinking mine's knackered. But again, we're still in 9 foot of water now. We've got a picture back, and look, there's the bait fish again. I would not be surprised if there was another pike around there somewhere. More bait fish. Bit of groundswork going off in the background, folks. You'll have to forgive the noise. Can't do anything about that. Got to stand for this one. Get it a little bit further around to the left. There we go. That's good. So it's still nearly 8 foot deep in that corner just over there. It's pretty much going to drag it all the way across my margin. Yeah, nothing along close in at the moment. It seems to be About 2-3 rod lengths out. Big clouds of bait and stuff feeding on them. So I'm happy with this spot. We'll give it a try for the morning